Now, it's been more than 4 months since President Bola Tinubu proclaimed a state of emergency on Rivers State amidst certain reports that the state was on the verge of violence and that oil and gas facilities were being specifically targeted. Now, before that presidential proclamation, the now suspended governor, Sim Fubara, was neck deep in crises with state lawmakers, which led to the dissolution of the 32 local council administrations in the state. Now, fast forward to August 30th of 2025, elections are going to be held to fill those vacant positions in the LGAs, and that's according to a timetable released by the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission. Dr. Dominic Alancha is a convener of the APC Young Stakeholders Forum for Nigeria's ruling political party. He joins me now from our Arise studios in Abuja to discuss this forthcoming Rivers Council polls, which his party are expected to take part in. Want to talk about the threat of imminent loss, the need for a level playing field for all parties, and of course, how credible of an outcome can be assured from the exercise. Great to have you on the program, Dr. Alancha. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me. Good afternoon.
Yes, so August 30th is, just less than 31-ish days away. What's your overall assessment of the political climate in Rivers State as it is right now? And what do you predict going into the exercise on the 30th of August?
Well, thank you very much. 30th of August is around the corner. There is no time. And of course, in every, local government election, whether local government, state election, national election, there are processes that would always lead to that. The State Independent Electoral, Commission, which is Rivers State Independent Election Body, have released its guidelines and declared that 30th of August will be local government election. So ideally, we expect that the state party chapter of all political parties, and particularly our party now, the All Progressive Congress, will commence its sales of form, and then, for candidates who are interested, conduct party screening and conduct primaries, for those that have purchased their form, and then give them, the flag to fly, our election, for the election on the 30th of August. But as I speak to you, there is no sales of form. People were in the party secretariat, as a Tuesday to purchase their form because there is rumors that the party primaries will hold on Saturday. But as I speak to you, there is no sales of form. They were there. The place was under lock and key. And not only that, you recall that when, Emeka Beke was suspended and Ganduje set up this, Tony Okocha-led caretaker committee, there was also a judgment, an injunction, or a court order, restraining him, from parading himself as the chairman of the party and then reinstating Tony Beke. So the way the whole thing is now, if care is not taken, there is going to be crisis, litigations after, the local government election. And this local government election is very, very important because the party in Rivers State has made significant inroads at the local government level, as the grassroots level. Every political party, their strength is at the grassroots. During local government election, they take the opportunity to test their strength. And of course, if we are talking 2027, then our strength must be tested at the coming local government election. So if the processes are not credible, if the processes are not transparent, such will not be able to happen. So I am calling on the National Secretariat, ably led by our new national chairman, Professor Nantawe, to take over the process. They are empowered by our Constitution, Article 13B. If you read Article 13B, the NEC has the power to set up a committee or to take charge of any process that will be, in the overall interest of our party. So we are calling on the NWC to take up the sales of forms, organize the screening for candidates, and then conduct primary election, for all the members. That way, the Tony Okocha-led committee and the Emeka Beke-led committee will not be able to, create crisis after the election, because the national secretariat, the national body is empowered to do that, and they are the one that conduct. And we believe that if they do that, it's going to be more credible. It will strengthen the party. It will unite the party the more. So we are calling on them to take over the processes, because as I speak to you with you right now, the processes have not been initiated. What is their plan? They should tell us. The only thing we are soliciting is for them to take over the sales of farms in Rivers State and conduct a credible, primary elections for our party members, who are more grassrooted in Rivers State. And I'm sure that if they do that, we are going to come out victorious. And of course, this is going to be one of the first national assignment, for our amiable national chairman, Professor Nentawe.
What areas should RSEC, the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, what should they be looking out for? What specific areas require attention, in your opinion?
Well, in my opinion, generally, when there is when the process is initiated, they are always invited, because they will give their own report also. They are always invited, to either screening or particularly primary election, as observers, to ensure that internal party democracy is adhered to, that the rule of law is adhered to. So I think for now, the burden is on the leadership of the party to initiate the processes that will lead to the emergence of our flag bearer in the local government of Rivers State, of our various party chapter that will stand for this particular election. So their role right now is to come there as observer, because a notice of primary election will be given to them, so that they can come and observe. Other than that, the burden and the responsibility lies solely on the party to initiate the process. And the state, leadership cannot do that, because it's a caretaker, and there is a court injunction, restraining Tony Okocha from doing that. So the only thing, for them to do now is for the National Secretariat, led by the new national chairman, Professor Nentawe, to take over the sales, the activities, the processes in Rivers State, so that we will have a credible, free, fair primary election. And then that way, I believe that we will go into the local government election and come out victoriously.
Well, okay, let's get into that a little bit more. I want you to explain to me your level of confidence and the level of confidence amongst APC and other supporters regarding you all's ability to win seats in the upcoming polls, given the existing political dynamics in the state.
Well, like I told you that every local government election is an opportunity that presents itself to the party to showcase its strength at the grassroots level, meaning the local government level. In Rivers State, we are solidly grassrooted. Like I said earlier in my opening remarks, that we have made an inroad. We have made an inroad as a political party in all the local government at the grassroots level. So I have confidence that if the processes are free, if the processes are fair, if the processes are credible, and the right candidate emerge to stand for this election, we are going to, record tremendous victory at the local government election. And the South generally now, most of them are flipping APC. Bayelsa is, I'm sorry, Rivers, Delta is APC, Edo is APC, Akwa Ibom is APC, Cross River is APC, The people are also seeing what is happening. They cannot do but put APC, from the grassroots. And for them to show that they are in support of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they are eagerly waiting for the local government election to be conducted so that they will prove to Nigerians that the good people in Rivers State are in support of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and that is why they are voting for his party. But you see, if the right candidate did not emerge, if the processes, that will lead to their emergence is not credible enough, if a side is intimidated or is shortchanged in the process, all of this will not happen. So that is why we are calling on our amiable chairman to take over Rivers State APC and conduct a free, fair, credible primary election, because I know and I'm confident that the people of Rivers are with the president, they are with the APC.
And speaking of intimidation, with all this porting or cross-carpeting, all these defections, it's clear that this is somewhat of a David and Goliath fight, with APC being Goliath as the ruling party and as the dominant party within the state, with acquiring so many individuals in the last couple of weeks. So what responsibility does the APC have as the ruling party with more power and influence to foster an environment where all parties feel that they even have a fair chance?
Well, I would like to correct the impression you just created now, that in the case of Rivers, that the APC is the Goliath. No, the APC is not the Goliath, because the governor of Rivers State is a member of PDP, is a governor under the People's Democratic Party. So we are the David in this case. And of course, David defeated Goliath. So
we know that the governor has been hamstrung by the current... we know that the governor has been hamstrung publicly by the current party of the day. Is that not true?
No, that is an allegation that you cannot prove, because the governor has not come out unless and until he defected to our party. You cannot say that he's working with our party or is in our party.
No, that's not what I said. I did not say he was working with the party. I said he was hamstrung by the party, which was he was cut out at the knees by the APC. He is not part of the APC. It's very clear. So why would they now not be the Goliath in this situation?
We are not the Goliath. Take it from me that we are the David in this case, and the David will have the victory. You see, what we are trying to say is that we are contesting with PDP. This is a party affairs. PDP is on ground in Rivers. ADC, the new coalition party, they are also preparing. The party, the APC also, we are also going to prepare. We are not the ruling party, but what we are saying is that with the level of work by members of our party, we have been able to make an inroad. When I say we have been able to make an inroad, that is to say we have worked night and day to ensure that we marketed our party, we sell our party to the good people of Rivers State, and they have accepted us. And the only way to prove whether or not we are grassrooted in Rivers State is this local government election. And the processes cannot, thwart this, assertion. If, we do not have a credible processes, it will destroy all the effort we have put in, under rain, under sun, night and day without rest in ensuring that we market our party in Rivers State to the good people of Rivers State who have now accepted the party in Rivers State. So that is all we are saying. It's not about Goliath. It's not about, hamstringing anybody to do the bidding of APC. It's about, a contest. And in this contest, we are saying that with the credible, with the right candidate, we are going to defeat whoever, no matter, whether they are in the ruling party or they are not, we are going to defeat them, because the good people of Rivers State will vote for APC.
And what is your message to the people of Rivers State regarding their own role in ensuring that these polls are credible and also that they uphold democratic principles during the local government elections?
Well, my call to the good people of Rivers State is that they should all adhere to the rule of law, ensure that they go about, their discharging their civic responsibility in a way, in a peaceful manner, and not engage in violence or thuggery, let the results speak. They should come out on that day, and cast their vote for the All Progressive Congress. And I believe that very soon, if they do that, they will begin to see the dividend of this administration trickling down to the various local governments, in Rivers State.
Well, there you have it. Dr. Dominic Alancha, convener of APC Stakeholders Forum, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. Thanks for the conversation.